Right folks, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Lee, the Evil Wizard. Welcome. Well, this video is a bit of an impromptu video actually. Today we're going to have a look at Telos Drums from Black Salt Audio. So let's check these out. Jordan Valeriote at Black Salt Audio released this plugin a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. So you can either get a perpetual license or you can get the artist pack. You can get the artist pack for 12 months. I have got some of the plugins on perpetual license, but I did decide to get the artist pack just for a year to see how it goes, because there is some of Jordan's training on there and you get a whole bunch of multi-tracks to mix for yourself. So what is Telos Drums and what does it do? So let's dive down into Studio One and we'll take a look. It's an all-in-one plugin to mix your drums up with. Instead of having separate EQs, compressions, etc., it's all-in-one plugin. So basically, in my mind anyway, you could say this is a bit of a channel stripped style plugin, and we've all, or a lot of us, have used channel strips, whether that be SSLs, Neves, whatever. I would say based on a lot of what Jordan does, I would say this is based off an SSL console in the background and on the back end. So basically you have your EQ section here, and then you've got your compression, any drive that you want to add, sort of saturation if you will, and then output and clipper, and then there's some oversampling here as well, and then you can flip the phase. All the frequencies and everything is done on the back end. All you do is just dial in the amount that you want in. There's different frequencies for the different pieces of kit, so by default it loads up on the kick drum. You've got snare top, snare bottom, one for rack toms, one for floor toms, cymbals, that goes for cymbals and overheads, and then a room one. In the room one, you get this slam mode as well, which just gives the, well, apparently, from what Jordan said on his video, gives you room, that extra oomph. Now, what we're going to do in this video, something a little bit different to what we've done before. I've basically only downloaded this today. Due to work and stuff, I've only had a chance to download it today, so I've not even tried this plugin out. What we're going to do is we're going to try it out in real time. We're going to mix a whole set of drum tracks in real time. That includes the drum bus, the parallel compression, drum distortion, drum smash, whatever you want to call it, drum crush, and the reverb, and then any sort of little alterations to balances and anything. So all I've done is done a rough balance mix, and I've put silencer on all the shells, because these are real drums, these aren't MIDI drums. Like I say, first time I've picked up on that. Let's try it out on some real drums to start off with. We may do another video like this with some MIDI drums, and then I've loaded Telos up, and the only thing I've done with it is activated it, and that's it. So I thought, right, let's set the camera up and we'll mix these up in real time. So before we do that, let's have a listen to how these drums sound. Absolutely raw, no processing on at all. There is a counting at the beginning. So I'm going to press play now, and we're going to put a counter up in the corner, because I'm sure I can do that in Resolve. So next time I press play, the counter's going to start. So we're going to start off on the kick drum, obviously. Well, not obviously, but yeah, we're going to start off on one of the kick drums, because there's 3 kick drums. kick drum one sorted out. So this is without the plug-in. And with it. So that's just one of the kicks. So let's move on to the next kick mic. Did forget to say this slider does sort of change the frequency on that mid boost and the tight and the smooth. So without the plug-in on, that's just, and with it on, and then with the other kick drum, I think that sounded pretty good so far. So this is the third kick drum. I think this is a kick out. Yeah, kick sub, so we're not going to get too much high end on this one. There you go. I think that's the kicks done. So this is what that sub kick sounds like without the plug-in on. And with it. Oops. And this is all three kicks. Cool. I'm liking that sound so far. Oh, let's have a look at the snare. Out there. I'm liking that. So without the plug-in on, and then with it, nice. So snare bottom. This is what it sounded like without the plug-in on. And then with the plug-in on. So with snare bottoms, I tend to just use it for that bottom sizzle. So I've only added a touch of low end in there. But if you want to have a fatter snare bottom sound, you just boost that low end a bit more. So both snare top and bottom together. Cool, I'm liking that so far. Rack toms. Let's go to the end there. Then we've got some rack toms. That's the first rack tom done. See what it sounds like without the plug-in on. And with it on. That sounded nice. So we'll move on to the floor tom. Without. And with. Let's bring that back there. Cool. So all the shells together are sounding pretty cool so far. Let's have a listen. So let's have a listen to all the shells all together. That sounded pretty cool. I'm liking that. So let's move on to the rest of the mix. We'll start off on the overheads. And on the overheads, you can see we've got a low cut instead of a boost on the low end, so you can take all the sort of kick and a lot of the snare out, so you're just left with mainly the cymbals. Well, this is what we started off with. And this is what we've ended up with. Liking that so far. Let's bring you back all the way up. So, move on to the rooms. And we've got a couple of things different on the rooms. Not only we've got a low cut, this time we've got a high cut. And like I say, you've got that slam mode as well. So you've got the high cut sort of dampen down the cymbals a little bit. So let's get into doing these room tracks. So you can take all the cymbals out or just have a little bit of them coming in. Yeah, and the higher you put that high cut, it makes the drums sound further away, if you will, almost into another room. So give your drums that bit of depth, especially when you mix them in with the actual shells themselves, the close mics. So this is what we started off with. And this is what we've got. So that's the stereo pair of drums, and we've got a mono room mic as well. So this is what we started off with. And this is what we've got. With both rooms together. Yeah, liking that. Let's move on to these hi-hats. I don't think there's much hi-hats in this at all, actually. Nope. I think we've just got that bit right at the end. I'll be pretty on cymbals. Told you, this is in real time. Not much. Just a little bit. fact, let me solo that out. So without plugging on, and with, yeah, sounded cool. Let's have a look. I don't know if we've got much riding here at all. Have a listen. I think there is a couple of spots. China. There we go. Now we've got some somewhere. So without the plugging on, and then with, yeah, you've got everything else in there. The silencer doesn't have a cymbals thing, but got the rides and the hi-hats really low down in the mix anyway, so it's not really going to make much difference. So last on the actual individual channels is this China track. There we go. We've got a couple of spots. We'll concentrate on that one. So this is without the plugging on, and with, yeah, bringing that out. So all the shells all together are now, all the tracks all together are now sounding a little bit like this, and then I'll intermittently bypass the plugins I've got on. I'm liking that so far. Right, let's move on to the boost channel. So I've just got my typical EQ in there. Maybe just take that up a little bit. I've got it set to low cut, sorry, at 40 hertz. You don't need anything really below 35, 40 hertz. Get shut of all the subs. So let's do some drum bus processing. Let's get some. Yeah, I'm liking that so far. That sounded pretty good. So Next, we'll do the drums, bush, drums, crush, drums, distortion, whatever. So I'm going to add all the shells and send them to the drums distortion. In a minute, I've got the head crush on there. I'm not going to use the head crush this time. I used to use that for a good long while. I'm going to use... Oh, what's it called? Loch Ness. Let's try Loch Ness for a change. Just bring them filters up a little bit as well. Yeah, liking that. Just bring that back to the beginning, and then I'm going to blend that in with the rest of the kit. Yeah, liking what that's doing. So, next, going to route all the snares and the toms to a reverb. Wait a minute, there we go. I'm going to use one of my usual reverbs, which is the Rotten Pull Verb. I'll listen to the kit with them all in. So there you go. I may just add a clipper on the stem track. Go for the Joey Sturgis one, just so we don't peak. Yeah, I'm liking that. So there you go. Well, that 20 odd minutes to mix some drums, start to finish. I'm guessing there. It's been less than half an hour, I know that. And that's included all the sound effects, the bush processing, and a bit of clipping at the end. So what I'll do now is I'll put all that with the guitars and the bass, we'll pop it in a full mix so you can hear it all in a full mix. And these multi-tracks that we're using are from Glenn Fricker's SMG's Savage Grooves pack. I think it's pack number 21. He used it for his Slate Digital mixing breakdown. Anyway, let's have a listen to the full mix. So yeah, there you go. That was Telos Drums from Black Salt Audio. First impressions. Do they get with the wizard seal of approval? Or do they get the finger of doom? Well, first impressions definitely get the wizard seal of approval. Now, even though it's only a simple interface, it's not just targeted at beginners, it's targeted at everybody, just so you can quickly get your drum sound dialed in and move on with your life. That's what a lot of us want to do. Yeah, can you add extra EQs after that just to take some annoying frequencies out? Absolutely. I've seen one of the videos with Roll-Off Clock. He's done that, but I think even with just that on its own, I think it sounds pretty bloody damn good. That's with real drums. I might do another video like this and do it with some MIDI drums, say either one of the Eurytone ones or maybe one of the other packs I've got, and use a completely raw kit, none of the actual pre-processed kits, if you will. Let me know what you guys think about it. Bit of something different, bit of something done in real time. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, we'll leave a link to the Black Salt Audio website down in the description. And if you've liked this video, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you want to grab yourself some Evil Wizard merch, there's a link to the merch store down in the description. But that's all from me, folks. I will catch you in the next one. Right, folks, I hope you enjoyed that video. You can follow me on social media, and you can get my music online. And if you want to support the channel, there's Buy Me a Coffee and PayPal links. They're all down in the description. Click up here to subscribe and click the link down there for videos that you may not have seen. Keep it loud and keep it heavy.